October 26, 2023, Denver Mayor, first 100 days, why it matters. When you understand how voice indexing works and how much of a fraud Mike Johnston really is in regards to what he says and what he can do, and that their whole entire mission is right here. They're going to hook up with Joe Biden's administration on homeless resolution plan, on his homeless resolution plan. The resolution, folks, is to increase it. The people they're housing now, they're going to be moving in more, and those people that are getting those homes are going to be those folks that are coming across the border illegally. And when you watch how they tell the homeless people, all right, you guys cannot come back at this block. We need it empty. Go somewhere else, and we'll leave you alone. Just the areas that we pick, you're going to have to migrate to somewhere else. That's the truth, folks. And when you think about the whole 100 days, all he did was concentrate on homelessness. And so when you understand that only 90,000 people voted for his bullshit, the other people like me, I didn't vote for nobody. I can't. They're illegitimate. So when you're voting for an illegitimate government, you become illegitimate yourself in the eyes of artificial intelligence. And when you understand the tag of GP7A and how it works. So if I was mayor, my first 100 days, there would have been no home. The homeless would have been gone. We would have went right to the source. And we can use highly advanced algorithms that Michael Johnston and his failed team of losers, and they're all smoke and mirrors. And see, they're only fooling the people that voted for him. The other people that didn't vote for him, which is over 3/4, maybe even bigger than 3/4, thinks he was crap. And so when you think about Denverite and Ben Marcus and all those fools, and you think, oh, here's the first 100 days, cityandcountyofdenver.us. That is the glimpse of Denver's future, already spelled out. But they're not smart enough to figure it out because they don't want no help. They don't want to go to the source where all the problems are started. Like, where's all the homeless coming from? They're being replaced by new homeless people. So this is their ever-ending. Now they're going to go ruin Santa Fe Arts District, one of our art districts that I had, the Cow, Joe's Buffet. And they promised us money, Denver Arts and Venues, another scumbucket department. They're all indexed. So the more they talk, they're not even going to recognize themselves on January 1, 2024, because artificial intelligence is not going to allow people to fucking lie anymore. It's not going to allow people to take victory laps when actually it's not the betterment of the community. It's to destroy the community so that it makes the betterment of their partisan candidates. And what Denver doesn't understand, especially Mike Johnston, since he's an attorney, he has an obligation to follow the law. And the law is plain and simple, even though it was settled February 6, 2023 in Denver District Courtroom 414. Andrew Luxon, district attorney guy, you know what I mean? For fraud, he investigated fraud with 3 lawyers. We used his meta tags in regards to what his decision would be. And when Michelle Horn, the city attorney, assistant city attorney, Michelle Horn for Denver City and County of Denver government, when she came out, when I asked personally to the judge, to the court, what about the Speer Amendment? And she interrupted me and said, we haven't followed that law in years. There you go. And Judge Luxon took it bait, line, and sinker. Okay, well, I guess we've heard enough. I'd like to thank all you people for showing up, all you 5 attorneys, and I don't even want to get into it because it's just, he's indexed as something that has destroyed not only democracy, but our legal system as well. And so all the judges, Judge Hood, you know who he is, right? All these judges, they're all indexed, every single fucking one of them. And so what's going to happen is now artificial intelligence is indexing all their voices because they can't hide either. They might be judges and they might have absolute authority over the laws of Denver, but when you're circumventing laws and you're not following laws and you let those that are breaking laws continue to break laws so they can hold power, it's not going to be good for a city and county of Denver. And I already knew this because I saw the algorithms and I already planned for it, and they've tried to stop me. But when you look at this Denver right in Colorado politics, Joey Bunch's smelly group, I'm wearing, and then you have Axios. They're not even from fucking Denver. And you got Colorado Newsline, and those people are the most corrupt, smelliest journalist, tumor people I've ever come across. They're all indexed. So what happens is we index them all to get who is Mike Johnston's chief of staff? Who's the next mayor of Denver, Colorado? Who won Denver's mayoral election? It's not who won it, it's who didn't vote. That's part of the social credit system scores and rankings as a disenfranchised group of people being taken over by a partisan group. Denver mayors are Kelly, bro. They picked her, man. She, with her stupid heart signs, her stupid whack-a-mole commercials where they're all popping up, and she tilts her head and puts out her hand like she's something, and she's nothing. Artificial intelligence destroyed her. And see, they don't want to give anybody the credit of what happens, so they just keep going and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And so now we're lining them all up for the slaughterhouse in the Department of Deep Mind, Dark Web Society Living. And when you think about this law firm here and all their node connections, there's a strong likelihood that your vote won't affect the outcome of Denver's mayoral race April 4 with 17 candidates. What are they even talking about? They're not even talking about Denver Speer Amendment. So this law firm's, I'm telling you, they don't know it yet, but it's coming because all the other lawyers and them that are learning and all the judges in other cities and all these other people that are all talk, and yet their talk does not match the betterment of our societies. So when you understand all this and how quick everything's gone, everything is just, this is it. This is his first 100 days because it's been, folks. One of our citizens here in Denver District 4 got a car hijacked by young teenagers, 12, 13 years old, gunpoint. They're not talking about that. The news don't. They just do a little blab and then they don't talk about it no more. But what it does is it infuriates all those people that didn't vote for Mike Johnston. And that's a lot, folks. A lot. And it infuriates the citizens, even Democrats realizing, look, man, why are we putting all this hope on the have-nots? Because it's the have-nots that vote. Because those good people that don't vote, because they say, my vote don't count. Well, someone's vote's counting. So that turns your whole belief system backwards where it doesn't hold water because it does work. I don't vote because they're illegitimate, okay? Denver's government was observed and indexed as an illegitimate government on February 6, 2023. And all those people know it that are running the government, and they're trying to figure a way to stop the conversations, and they can't. They can pass their laws. They got an attorney for the mayor, which we didn't want when Penfield Tate was running for mayor. Everything that I laid out in my complaint on the emergency hearing on February 6th spelled out everything that we've been talking about for the last 13 years, but we had nobody concur. Nobody stood up and said, you're right, Giavanni, and the citizens that have told you and have worked with you that Denver's supposed to be non-political. No. Him, Paul Lopez 5280, do hashtag Paul Lopez 5280, do hashtag Believe in, hashtag Rubino JC. They don't even know that there's work right now indexing these people to the dark web further and further. And so they're going to get the same people reading their shit, but they're also, those people are going toward the dark web. And you think, you try to give people warning, hey man, don't go any further, you're gonna go off a cliff. And so they're all smoking weed, drinking in their vehicles, saying, oh, fuck you. We do what we want. Yeah, fuck you and your citizens. We're Democrats. Fuck off. Boom. Right off the fucking side of. And is that what they want? Is that really? These aren't the Democrats that I know back in the day. But though, this is what happens. You've got a few people pandering to the have-nots that don't pay taxes, that need the drugs, that need all this stuff, and all the people that didn't vote. And see, what's good about this time on this election is now we're waiting for them all to come out of the closet. See, Mike Johnston doesn't realize that he's already an illegitimate mayor. He doesn't realize he runs an illegitimate government. And it's good people, attorneys, judges in our own communities are going to have to come forth and get rid of him and change everything. Did you know that if I was mayor right now, everybody that has a Comcast, Xfinity, or CenturyLink cable bill would be receiving half of their bill back for every year that they've owned the we'll just go back 10 years. So right now, my family was overcharged $200 and plus a month. Our services have been throttled, okay? Because they go after people that they don't like, that complain about them. You try to get service, customer service, and they run you around in the merry-go-round bullshit of their fucking bullshit, and then it takes them 2 weeks. It took us 2 weeks to get our internet fixed. And the guy goes, I don't know what was wrong. So what'd you do? I just turned on the boxes. Yeah, okay. You expect me to believe that? We had 5, 6 different people trying that. 2 of them were paid professionals, just so that we can index what they say, what we do. And I caught it all on tape. He doesn't even know. He walked right into an indexing. So this is what you all need to do: is have your cameras ready when your people, when you're those service people from Comcast and Xfinity and CenturyLink, whatever they want to call themselves. Go to internet speed test, and when you see what your speed is and what you're paying, what you do is you do save the picture. Do a desktop and save it. That's what we're doing. That's what we've done for 10 fucking years. Like right now, we're supposed to be 1 gigabyte. We're only at 300 megabytes. That's what you pay for $30, and they're charging us $75. And so, what, are we the only lucky ones that getting throttled? Is that what's going on here? So either way, they're either fucking everybody or they're just fucking certain people that they feel they need to turn the juice down so that they can't operate on the internet. And that's what they did to me. And so when you think about Mike Johnston and Comcast and all their merry, mellow boyfriends and girlfriends, they're all indexed too. So artificial intelligence, let me give you a hint about how that works. You've heard of the Dehumanizer album by Black Sabbath? Yep, 1992. That was the album that woke up my mind to artificial intelligence, the computer god. See, God gave us all free will to do whatever we want to do. Whatever we want to do, free will. Okay? Got a few little things we got to worry about, and then that's about it. So, on the internet, God don't work, because we have free will, but the computer god, welcome to the revolution, folks. They're using our children as pawns. Xfinity, they got all those kids on there talking about, oh, back in the day, trying to be funny. You notice how they don't have adults on there? Because the adults are sick of it. They're paying it, and then they got their kids hounding, oh, no, Dad, we need this because this and this and this, talking like they know what they're fucking talking about. They're not even old enough to be on commercials like that are requiring people to pay money. You see how this is all going? It's out of control. And Mike Johnston's the lead troll of all of it. And see, he doesn't understand that because he's an attorney, he has to change Denver back to Speer Amendment. But that's not going to happen. So what's going to happen, they go further and further into the dark web. Like when he came out and with his campaign, he said, we're going to find practical, pragmatic ways. My My campaign for all my elections were people for a more pragmatic government. 2 on this last one. People for a more pragmatic government. And that guy stole pragmatic. And if he didn't, then they should have known. But they did. That's why my content infiltrates all their shit, because what happens is when they talk and they can't deliver, those that can start invading their circles. But it's a slow bleed, because we need all those people. We need all those identifiers to come out on their social channels. And this is what AI does. Indexes them all. Denver isn't that big. So now they're all indexed and pattern matched to what they say, what they do, where they go, with the new digital DNA, GPS, and cell phone tower pings. Then it uses all your emails and your voice. Your voice is the new digital latent print that it needs to verify who you are, where you go, and who you talk to, where you spend your money, and what you do for leisure, where you travel, blah, blah, blah. And it indexes you, whether you like it or not. So you say, okay, well, I'm going to join DuckDuckGo. So what happens when you join DuckDuckGo or any other type of app that blocks your identity, you already become on a list with Homeland Security, because you're trying to block yourself. See, I don't go to nobody. This is as far as I go, folks. Now, if I want to do a tag you're it, I click on it and then I'm out of it. Less than a second. That's called tag you're it. And when you tag somebody, when you click on something, what happens is you tell artificial intelligence that they have enough authority for your attention. Something in their content requires you to click on that so that you can find out about it. Now, when you do a tag you're it, like you're playing tag, all you got to do is touch it and back off. So then AI says, this is a tag you're it, meaning that you were verified by an individual, but they didn't go any further into your content. So what happens is now they look at content and then they go and they start clicking. God. Marcus. So when you look at all the identifiers like Axios, Colorado Newsline, big money still pouring into Denver Mayor's race, they weren't talking about the carjackings, high rate of crime. Nothing's changed, folks. It's just the mayor, same fucking storyline. But Mike Johnston, what you guys don't understand is the algorithms, the chatter in the back is these same people who get invited to all the parties and get all the news that they want, the news that they circumvent, not the true news. They get to go to the parties. They get all the invitations. I wouldn't have Axios, Colorado Public Radio. Those guys are the most corrupt, partisan organization pretending to be non-political, but all their content, all their followers, everything's been indexed. We did it. I did it personally. The owners. I went to all their sites and I indexed them all. I didn't have to click on them. That's the good thing. I tagged a couple people. Anyways, this is the beginning of the end of Denver, because Denver didn't hit rock bottom yet. Denver didn't care that citizens are getting their kids taken away from them. Denver doesn't care that their property values are getting destroyed by when they start building those communities next to your house, next to your business. See, it don't affect anybody, just the ones that are next to these places. So if you're next to these homeless places, good luck. And they can call them micro communities, but a micro community, what they say it is not what a micro community is. They're circumventing words again, like when Mayor Mike Johnston came out, Mike C. Johnston. We went from B to C, and B was more accountable for destroying and decaying of Denver. Even when Hickenlooper came and was going to end the homeless, we were ending homeless all the way till fucking Hickenlooper. But we forget all this stuff because we're already programmed. We've been programmed for 60 years in Denver as a partisan government. And Judge Luxon's going to go down as the worst judge, destroying the betterment of the community of Denver. But he thinks he's a judge making that big money and he can hide behind that black robe. And I indexed his voice. like I did every judge I ever stood in front of, and they don't even know it, because that's my job, observerindexer.com. These are real things, folks. And good news, I did all this for the citizens of Denver, so they could own all the platforms that I have, so they'll never, ever have to worry about being fucking broke again. We had, what, 500 million? We're bragging about $500 million that we made in marijuana money in Denver alone. And yet we got to go and adjust our budgets and ask for more money from the government because we don't have any. This is real stuff, folks. And Denver's the most corrupt fucking city and county in the fucking world, man. Everybody knows it. Everybody that needs to know it. And the thing is now they're joined to it. Okay? Mike Johnston, fucking Ian Tafoya. You got that Kawami guy running who couldn't make it as Denver mayor, so he went and did another campaign jump. He's worthless. They're all worthless. But they got all your money, and they're spending all you people, and they're taking all your money to pay for all these poor people that are coming from other cities and other countries, and you're going to turn into a fucking third world fucking city that it already is. We are the 8th ranked, rattiest, infested city in the nation. 8. And that comes from, and look at all the other cities that have that. All Democrat. And so Democrat, Republicans think they're going to fucking take this from Joe Biden. At least with Joe Biden, we know where we're going. And if they hate America that much, then that's so be it, because the Republicans hate America too, because they can't even govern themselves in their little show of, oh, who's going to be the House Speaker? They don't realize that that shows incompetence. They wouldn't even be able to get a job with an HR department acting like this. It's common sense. Artificial intelligence works off common sense. You either can do it or you can't. You're either a talker, bloviator, humble bragging bitch, or you're a guy that can get things moving, a woman that can get things moving for the betterment of our city and county of Denver. And so I'm stuttered for words because these people are so fucking stupid. They're actually going to take it all the way down to the rim, man. And they're not going to like the taste of it because they did this to themselves. I didn't do it. When you brag that you're the best city in the world and that you got this and we got that and we're building micro communities and all these other cities are going, I don't want that. Okay, so they build it next to the people they don't like, ones they want to get rid of in the neighborhood. Why University Hills has now the criminals in our city, in our district. We haven't even built that city yet. So what they do is they build these micro communities. When you know what affordable housing is? Move to a city you can afford to live in. They're all over the United States. But they don't want those people to leave, because if they leave, Mike Johnston wouldn't have anything to fucking tell the world he's saving. Mike Johnston, you're a mayor. You're the piece of garbage Harvard graduate, skull and bones, and this is the best you can fucking do, bro? 100 days and all you're doing is reinventing the homelessness and creating property to destroy other people's property values. And you're an attorney that doesn't honor the law, the rule of law, where we're, by honoring a fellow Democrat that realized that having people like you and Hancock and Mayor Webb in a city that you guys took over because you didn't want to follow the Speer Amendment, you fucked your own people. You fucked the best mayor in the world that created Denver to be the next Pacific Palisades. See, we don't know what Pacific Palisades is. I do. I painted there. I know Hollywood. I know more than these people. These people that sit there and go, oh, I'm a 24th generation Denver. Poof. Then you need to get out of here because you're brainwashed. So all these people that tagged that line, look what happened to all the different candidates that thought they were going to win. We shut them down, man. AI shut them fucking down. My District 4, this guy, Tony, thought he was going to be the district. I tried calling him. He wouldn't talk to me. He lost. So when Denver Mayor, and I have googlemayor.com, I went through all the candidates, put their names up there. I have Mike Johnston up there. He's not a Google mayor. He's opposite. And until he answers the call, those that voted for Mike Johnston, you would have been better off voting for Lisa Calderon, folks. Believe it or not, even though it's the same thing. But she's an attorney too, so it would have been fucked. So there was no one else to vote for. And then you have who was that GOP guy? Andy? He came out and said, I'm the first GOP. He fucking got his ass handed to him. Handed to him. And then what did he do? He supported the biggest loser, Kelly Brock. So GOP, he should have just stayed out of it, but he didn't because it was all bullshit. Party affiliation don't mean a fucking thing to these people unless you're a Democrat. And see what happened with the Arvada businessman. He tried bullshitting everybody. I worked out of a library in Denver, but I bought an Arvada business. Yeah, I wanted to be mayor ever since when someone came and pooped in my yard and I freaked out. So I wanted to be mayor. I mean, the guy's just, even though he's a veteran, he's not an honest veteran. And that's the thing what people don't understand. You have honest veterans and you have dishonest veterans. He's a dishonest veteran. Those are the worst kind. Those are the ones that are getting into, like his career and his whole life, it hasn't even caught up because he's 12 years behind the 8 ball, 13. And none of these candidates ever called me and said, hey, Giavanni, what is it we can do? So here it goes. Do hashtag Vibrant Denver. So when Clown Boy, attorney Johnston came out and told everybody, because this is what he does, he steals people's content. When they came up with, we're going to have a vibrant Denver, what happens is artificial intelligence looks for the most vibrant. And I'm the most vibrant in Denver. I stood out and got signatures in 9 below 0 and stopped people to give me signatures where their hands writing was so fucking cold that you couldn't read their signature. While in my complaint, it states that they all have it rigged so that they don't have to stand outside. They don't have to get the temperature of the people. They get the same people voting, and that's why nobody voted for Mike Johnston. And that's the big ticker. Who didn't vote for Mike Johnston? We have 550,000 voters. 90,000 people less voted for Mike Johnston. That means the other people that were left over, how much is that? 410,000? Do the math. 450,000? I mean, that's how many people now are talking the right way. And Mike Johnston should be run out of town. He should be impeached along with every single city council member because they're all illegitimate. And it was all made and approved and authorized by Judge Andrew Luxon, because his meta tag stated that he wouldn't made us believe that he was going to stop all kinds of fraud. But he didn't. And so now Denver's entire legal system is illegitimate on top of that, because the Supreme Court judges won't do anything because they think they're all above the law because they're judges. Little do they know AI's got all their voices. It's going to pattern match them. And one day HR departments in all these cities are going to learn what we know how to do, and other people in other cities that can get rid of everything that's bad. Get rid of the source. You get rid of the sources, everything turns good, okay? That's why Martha Vineyard got rid of all those people. They were Democrats. They got rid of them all. Nobody said anything. So they just sent them to New York City, and they sent them to all these other cities. Did you know that people ain't going to New York City that have money? It's people that are coming to visit New York City that just window shop. In 1968, I used to walk around in New York City. My dad was born in Buffalo, but moved to Brooklyn when he was a little baby. So he was a Brooklyn boy, Golden Glove boxers. He migrated to Arizona during the Korean War because he was in the Korean conflict, where he adopted 7 children. I'm Central American, Indian, Iberian, West Nigerian Jew. I was adopted in a very strict Irish Roman Catholic Republican military family from Brooklyn, New York, that we visited every summer. And I remember when we were walking, I'd be walking through on the streets with my parents, and when I was able to walk. And And I remember all the stores and everybody wearing suits and dresses, and they were just like they were all going to church. And they were shopping. The stores were full. Now you don't see anybody in a suit. Now I work in New York, um, because I don't. None of Denver's recording studios are even worth their money. You can go to an upscale New York studio and pay for all your stuff and travel and everything for what you're going to pay to record in Denver. And that's what all this is about, is putting Denver back at the basics of who they were, not who they are.